January 2022, and I've headed to the capital of the Garden of England, Kent. And it's not Canterbury. Maidstone is both the county and largest town in Kent, sitting on the banks of the important River Medway. There's evidence of human settlement in the area going back to the Stone Age. By the 13th century, a manor house had been built in Maidstone so that the Archbishop of Canterbury could rest there on the days-long journey from Canterbury to London. This eventually grew and developed into the larger Archbishops Palace that occupies the site today. The palace itself was handed over to Henry VIII, along with Knole House in Sevenoaks, by then Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Cranmer. The palace passed through various hands in the following centuries before passing into the custody of Kent County Council, who use it today as their main registry office. 5 miles to the southeast of Maidstone, in the small village of Leeds, sits an even more impressive Tudor-style building, Leeds Castle. From at least the mid-9th century, the site was owned by a Saxon chief who built wooden structures on the two islands in the middle of the River Len. In the early 12th century, this was rebuilt in stone as a Norman stronghold, a military post, following the successful invasion of England in 1066. In 1278, the castle was bought by Eleanor of Castile, the wife of Edward I, and became one of his favourite residences. Edward enhanced the defences, and it's likely at this time the lakes were created that surround the castle. The castle's next brush with history came, for a second appearance on this trip, with Henry VIII. He transformed the castle for his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, in 1519. However, by 1552, 5 more wives and 5 years after Henry's death, the castle was under the ownership of the St Leger family. The castle avoided the fate of many during the Civil War, as the then owner, Sir Cheney Culpeper, sided with the Parliamentarians. Other members of the Culpeper family sided with Royalists and helped the escape of the King's son. As a reward, the family were granted 5 million acres of land in Virginia, and this proved to be vital for the castle's fortunes. The castle was extensively remodelled and repaired in the early 19th century to create the appearance that exists to today. The last private owner of the castle, Lady Bailey, gifted the castle to a charitable foundation in her will, allowing the estate to be opened up to the public. It's possible to tour the castle buildings as well as much of the grounds. The grounds are home to an impressive yew tree maze, as well as an aviary for birds of prey, which regularly put on displays of the different species in their care. Alongside the well-manicured lawns and faux Tudor design of the castle, there is just a trace of the original medieval castle in the Barbican and Mill. Just under 2 miles north of the centre of Maidstone is Kent Life. The museum has been built up around the former Sandling farm, with traditional and rural buildings from across Kent carefully taken apart from their original locations and reconstructed on site. There are also several animal displays of typical Kentish farm life, and yes, apparently they are so common now in Kent that includes llamas and alpacas. And for those who don't want to walk around the site, there are tractor tours to help you quickly see all the buildings that are on display. Just over 6 miles further north and you reach the former city, now just town, of Rochester. The town was granted a charter by Henry III in 1227, at which point it became a city. In 1974, the city of Rochester was merged into the new borough of Medway, alongside neighbouring Chatham and parts of Strood. At the time, a special request was made to the Queen to grant letters patent, which maintained the city status of Rochester. In 1998, another merger brought Medway and Gillingham together into a new Medway Council. But on this occasion, nobody bothered to file the paperwork, and as soon as the merger was completed, the city of Rochester reverted to just a part of Medway. It took another 4 years before anyone noticed what had happened, and by then it was too late to do anything about it. Losing city status may have been a blow to the town, but it doesn't take away from the main draws that attract visitors to the town of Charles Dickens, its castle, cathedral, and links to the famous novelist. The 12th century stone keep is one of the best preserved Norman keeps in either England or France, in part due to the fact the castle was captured and ransacked during the Peasants' Revolt in 1381, so by the time of the major wars of the Middle Ages and the Civil War of the 17th century, it was already a ruin and not worth repairing to only be destroyed again. From the roof of the castle you get stunning views over the River Medway, as well as over the neighbouring Rochester Cathedral. Maidstone East is located on the line between London Victoria and Ashford, with half-hourly trains from Victoria making the journey in just over an hour.